All right, let's set the scene. You're scrolling through the endless rabbit hole on Google, Facebook, and YouTube, trying to figure out if St. Johns County schools are as amazing as people claim, or if they're just really good at marketing. And then you see comments like these.
I've heard these schools are top rated, but how bad is overcrowding?
Will my kid be learning in a broom closet?
Why do so many teachers seem to be leaving? That worries me as a parent.
And my personal favorite.
If these schools are so good, why do they keep having to raise taxes?
If you've asked yourself any of these questions, you're in the right place, because today I'll answer these and more as we dive into the good, the bad, and yes, the ugly of St. Johns County School District. Stick around to the end. I'll even share a free resource to connect with other parents moving to the area. Well, let's start with the positive one. A parent recently commented in our Facebook group,
I've heard the academics here are top-notch, but is it really that much better than other Florida schools?
The short answer is yes, it really is. St. Johns County schools consistently rank as the cream of the crop in Florida. They're currently number 2 out of 67 school districts statewide. And they didn't get there by luck. In 2023, 95% of schools in the district earn an A or B grade from the state, compared to the rest of Florida average of just 61%. That means if you're coming from another district, chances are your kids will be stepping into a classroom that's academically ahead of the curve. A whopping 78% of students here score at or above grade level English language arts, compared to just 53% statewide. And trust me, those numbers matter when it comes to setting your kids up for long-term success. But the schools here aren't just about test scores. They also invest heavily in growth. I feel like St. Johns County is building schools faster than I can scarf down a Buc-ee's brisket sandwich. Hey, if you know, you know. Here's facts. The district is opening 5 new K-8 schools by 2027 to keep up with population growth, with 2 of them opening as soon as next year. That's a lot of groundbreaking, and thankfully, no broom closets required. Now, not everything is Mary Poppins perfect. Let's talk about the most common question I see in the forums and Facebook groups.
Are the schools overcrowded?
Short answer, yes, they are, at least for now.
I've heard some schools are at 120% of capacity. How does that even work?
Well, it works, barely. With St. Johns County's population growing by 35% in the last decade, schools are feeling the crunch. Some classrooms are packed tighter than a minivan full of kids on the way to soccer practice. The good news is that the district is addressing this head on by building more schools. The bad news is construction takes time. And in the meantime, some schools are feeling the strain. Another topic I see pop up all the time, teacher pay and retention. One parent wrote,
I'm worried about how many teachers are leaving. What's going on?
Well, you're not alone in asking that. In May of 2023, 137 teachers and staff resigned in a single month. That's a record, and it's a clear sign that the district has to work to do something to keep its educators happy. The average teacher salary here is about $48,000, which is better than the Florida minimum of $47,500, but still far below the national average of $65,000. The St. John's Education Association is actively negotiating for better pay, but until salaries become more competitive, this will likely remain an ongoing issue. It's a tough one because, let's face it, great schools don't exist without great teachers. Now for the heavier stuff. I saw a comment recently that said,
I read something about restraints on students with disabilities. Is that really a thing?
Unfortunately, yes. Earlier this year, a federal compliance review found that St. Johns County had one of the highest rates of restraint use on students with disabilities in the state. It's not a stat anyone's proud of, and it's caused a lot of concern among parents. Here's the silver lining. Since that review, the district has taken action, and they've reduced restraint use by 70%. They're making progress, but the fact that it happened in the first place is still troubling. This is one of those issues that's going to take continued attention and improvement to rebuild trust with parents. Hey, at the end of the day, the St. Johns County School District is a bit like parenting itself. There are wins, there are challenges, and there are moments that make you just want to pull your hair out. But for the most part, they're doing the hard work to create a brighter future for their students. If you're thinking about moving here, you're not alone, and that's why we created our private Facebook group called Moving to St. Johns County. It's a safe place where you can ask questions and get real answers from other parents, locals, and people in your same situation. The link is in the description below. Through these videos, my goal is to build relationship and earn your trust. So when the time comes for you to make your move, you'll reach out to my real estate team and I, the F3 Home Team, which stands for Faith, Family, and Freedom. That's our core values, and we're excited to welcome you to the Sunshine State.